Massive thanks to the mad lads and ladies supporting the channel. The doggos say thanks. Hey everyone, I was going to make this video last night, and I know I look grody, sorry about that, but my dog was laying on top of me, so now I'm covered in dog hair, and I'm about to have to go to work, so I have to hurry and make this because I've got 20 minutes left. That said, I do feel like I owe Karl Jobst an apology. I will explain a little bit. I know a lot of people probably won't disagree with this, but hopefully most people will. The reason why I'm making this apology is because I did, this is going to be my last Let's Talk video on this channel, and I will be making another channel to put Let's Talk videos on in the future, and, that's where all the rest of them are going to go, but I already made a video on this channel criticizing Karl Jobst, because basically what happened was, with the case, I thought I misled his audience and hid the whole Apollo Legends stuff, and what really happened, okay, so the short version is he was cocky. Apology, because I thought he did, to some extent, deliberately mislead his audience. Now, the reason why I thought he was trying to deliberately mislead his audience is because, for lack of a better term, it's a safe face, just to make it short. But the proper explanation to, the less rude-sounding one, is that I thought that he thought that if he brought up the Apollo Legends stuff, that it would make him look, that people would not have faith in his ability to win the case. I do still feel like he was not as transparent as he should have been. And, first of all, I was wrong. So, Karl Jobst, I apologize. I was incorrect in assuming that you did deliberately mislead the audience. Because almost every time, there was one time, and he did mention that he was being sued over his Apollo Legend, whatever. He mentioned it once, and it was early on, and that's why I personally forgot. I did watch the video, and I had forgotten about that, so that's on me. But on top of that, basically what happened was that he, like I said, he brought it up, and also another thing that I didn't realize, because I wasn't following along closely, I was just kind of watching his updates on it. Before he started speaking more frequently about the case, he did close his GoFundMe because he got to like $200,000 and then closed it before the actual trial proceedings even started. So, again, that's on me. I thought he was misleading his audience because, he was basically doing it in the interest of his case. I'm not going to say he did it maliciously to scam money, because I thought he did it because he thought he would win. And then he would also add in, okay, afterwards, there's the cheating stuff also, because there was a cheating stuff. But I also thought he was going to be like, also, there was the stuff with Apollo Legend, but I won, and I felt like it wasn't a good idea to talk about it. I still think he should have said something along the lines of, hey, it's, because everybody was bringing up the cheating stuff. And every time he talked about the case, it was like he was waving in our face and, oh, cheating. But I feel like he should have said, hey, it's not just the cheating allegations. There is some stuff that's a bit more serious. I can't talk about it. If I do, it might negatively impact my case. If we would have said something like that, then it just basically, it felt like we got sidelined with, oh, no, the comments about Apollo Legend, you owe money for that, because that's defamation. It just kind of came out of nowhere. So it did feel like he was misleading us. The fact of the matter is, and this is what Karl said, he was cocky. And he was overconfident, and I would even go as far as to say he was irresponsible. So I don't think he was misleading us. I think he was irresponsible. So that's why, this video will probably be, I owe Karl Jobst an apology, but there's going to be an asterisk there. And that asterisk is because while I don't think he deliberately misled us, he wasn't as transparent as he should have been whenever he talked about the case and only brought the cheating stuff. He did mention it the one time, but I feel like that since it's been a few years since the start of that, he should have at least said another couple of times as he talked about the case more. Like, hey, there is some stuff besides the cheating allegations. I just want y'all to know. But, that's why people got mad. Personally, I understand from his point of view. I didn't consider that it might be bad for the case if he does, mention the Apollo Legend stuff by name. Because if he does, then, Billy Mitchell could have been like, oh, now all of his community's talking about it, and they're defaming me or making me look bad or whatever. Because that is kind of something that happened with a couple parts of it. I don't know. Just his last video, Karl Jobst really went over it in great detail. And I would highly recommend anyone who doesn't agree with me or wants to know why I feel this way and why I'm making that apology, go ahead and check out that video. I'll probably link it in the description below. But that said, the reason why I'm putting this video here is because Like Louis Rossman says, if you're going to be the bitch, be the whole bitch. Even though I'm going to be making a separate channel for Let's Talk stuff, and any future updates to this will be on that channel whenever I make it. I already made 2 videos about it here. The first one saying Karl Jobst lied to his community, which I realized I was objectively wrong, because that involves malicious intent. I just felt like he misled them. Now I don't feel like he misled the community. I felt like he was cocky, overconfident, and irresponsible, because I thought, like, for as far as I'm concerned, he genuinely didn't think it was necessary to mention that there's other parts of the case besides the cheating stuff, because he was so confident he would win. So I would say, because of how much he talked about it and didn't kind of draw attention to the fact that, oh, well, there's other stuff, besides the cheating stuff, just want y'all to know, that could, throw a wrench in the plans, but probably not. Even if he couldn't talk about it and he said, hey, guys, I can't talk about it, that's fine, that's fair enough. I just feel like he should have been a bit more transparent and made more of an active effort to bring it to our attention. Hey, everybody's talking about the cheating stuff, but it's not just the cheating stuff. And that's where everybody felt misled. So it was a misunderstanding as far as I was concerned. He was overconfident, he was cocky, and he was irresponsible. And he genuinely thought he didn't need to bring this stuff up because he was so sure he would win. And then he just gave all the details like he did in this last video after the case. So again, I am sorry, Karl Jobst. I thought that you misled the community, and I made that accusation that you deliberately misled the community. I didn't consider that mentioning the Apollo Legend stuff, like name dropping it, I didn't consider that might negatively impact your case. But on the flip side, I also feel like, you should have said, hey, there's other stuff besides the cheating scandal, just FYI, but I'll probably win the case anyway, and I shouldn't talk about it. So even if you would have done that a couple of times, because again, it's been 4 years. So yes, obviously some of us are going to forget. Me being one, I have a very busy, very stressful, very just rough life right now. So yeah, I don't really have time to keep up with all the nitty-gritty details of the case at all times and read through all the court documents, because I'm not a full-time commentator, news YouTuber, or whatever else. But it is something that I was wrong in with making that accusation that Karl Jobst misled the community. I am sorry about that, and this will be the last Let's Talk video that I make on this channel. But I felt responsible to, I felt obligated to make this video here because this is where I made the accusations. Obviously, if I make a side channel, it's going to be tiny and almost nobody's going to see it. So that'll, again, just responsibility, accountability. If you're going to be the bitch, be the whole bitch. If you make the accusation, you realize you're wrong, the same place you made the accusation, I feel like that's where you should put the apology, response, whatever else. But yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you all for this. I'm almost at 900 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. And sorry there's no gameplay. Like I said, I got 12 minutes before I got to go work. That's it. Thank you all for watching. Love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to all the new people. And yeah, just genuinely, thank you everybody. And Karl Jobst, again, I am sorry. I hope you learned from this. Just, that's all I can say. Try to be a little bit more transparent next time, and don't be overconfident even if you think you're going to win, because obviously it could lead to this situation. I feel like it was a big misunderstanding, and while Karl Jobst should be criticized for his handling, I do get it. I do get where other people are coming from, because I was on that side at first, but now that I heard Karl Jobst's side of the story, I get where he's coming from as well, because I have fallen into that trap myself of just assuming everything's going to be all right, and because I didn't mention something, everybody just kind of got mad at me because they felt like I was lying or misleading about it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye now.